Welcome to the Breakfast Table Chats. This is a time where we want to take issues and problems and work them out. It's where the rubber meets the road. You know, practical ideas, that sort of thing. And so I've got a question here that is really a tough question, but it's a really good question. And I'll read through it and then we'll break it down and look at it. George, I saw your Masterclass video about being stuck in the day-to-day. That guy the guy with you said what I've been feeling, actually been feeling for years. The day-to-day problems feel so oppressing. It's hard to get back on the precipice to see where I'm headed. It's like I'm snake bit. Every time I turn around, there's something pulling me in the wrong direction. I've done the Next Level Navigator in your book, and I have an idea where I'm headed, and I have a good idea of what I need to be working on. I think a big part of my problem is that I've been B2C, that's business to consumer. So my new direction is business to business. But dang it, I keep getting sucked back into all the daily fires to put out. How do I break free? Is there any hope? If I could just get to B2B, business to business, I think it could be all different. George, do you have any ideas what I can start doing? Thanks. What he's talking about with the Masterclass video is on my website under Strategies to Actions Masterclass, there's a video. And it's Garrett and I talking about his business and him being stuck in the day-to-day and how he could use strategy and all of that. The idea of the Masterclass is to do the Next Level Navigator and then get you in the Masterclass working on specific strategic actions to move you towards your next level, so to cultivate that strategic habit. The thought is that if you start moving on strategy, then the day-to-day issues are going to reduce themselves. This letter, or this question, actually brings up a point, and that's for the person who's been doing the day-to-day responding for years. In that case, you've cultivated this habit. So I think what's going on here, first of all, is the Next Level Navigator actually may have increased your frustrations. And here's why. Before the Navigator, you didn't have the clarity of vision, the next level you wanted to be working on, the strategies you wanted to be doing. And so it was all more fuzzy. So the day-to-day just kind of creeps in, and years have gone by in that mode. Now, with the Navigator, you have clear visioning, clear next level you want to achieve, strategies you want to be working on, and the day-to-day now is more frustrating than before because you've got direction that you want to head into. You even say that. I love this. I'm snake bit. So bad luck, right? But I don't think it's all bad luck. Now your solution is when you say, if I could just get to the business to business, I think it could be all different. I'm going to suggest maybe not. I wouldn't count on it. And here's why. Because when you get to that B2B environment, the one thing that's going to be the same is you. Go back and look at my video on internal versus external world, and you'll get more of an idea of this. What you're hoping is, if I change my external world, then it's going to be all better for my internal world. It doesn't work that way. If you want your external world to be changed, you're going to have to change the internal you. Something in you has to change. And the thing in you that has to change is you have to stop responding every time there's a fire. You just do. You have a choice. You can either be a responder or an initiator. Initiator is a leader, okay? And so you've got to cultivate that in you. So let me give you a suggestion on how to go about that. With your Navigator, you have your next step strategies, okay? Probably 3 to 6 or so. And those are strategies you're going to accomplish over the next 6 to 12 months. Here's what I want you to do, is just pick one. We want to make this really simple. We want to ease into this, okay? So we want to make incremental change, and we're going to change your habits. And what I want you to do is pick one strategy and do something on it 2 or 3 times a week. Now you determine how long. It could be for 15 minutes, it could be an hour. Probably not more than a couple hours a week, but just enough. So that's one thing to start doing. So now you're scratching that itch of, I want to be moving down my path to be doing the kinds of things to move me in the direction of my next level. Okay. Now the other thing you've got to do is stop responding, especially to the urgency. So I've got an analogy here, that an actual story. So when our youngest was just a small baby in the crib, somehow this baby figured out that if he just screamed, Mama and Papa would come running. And we didn't have this with our first child. And it dawned on me, I think we're being played, but I'm not sure. I mean, how can this little baby figure this out? This is so innate to human nature, I think, is that, hey, I scream, I get room service, And so we tried an experiment. We made sure everything was safe, everything like that. There was nothing physically wrong at all. And we just let him scream. We closed the door and just let him rant. And it went on for what seemed like forever, but probably it really was 20, 30 minutes or something at the most. I mean, who knows? But we were in a tizzy. The parents, oh my gosh, fit to be tied. Okay, this was really, really hard. It's like, we were, we'd peek in the door and make sure, everything was okay, all that stuff. So crying stops. And what happened was we continued this, and the crying got less and less and less. And we kind of got to a healthy relationship where you have a need, obviously couldn't verbalize it, but needs got communicated in baby way, and everything kind of got normal, and the prolonged screaming stopped. Now, here's the thing. I'm not trying to give you lessons on how to raise your children. I'm just trying to use that as an example. These problems, I don't mean your customers necessarily, but these problems can be to you like a screaming child. I just got to deal with this. And it's like, you have to control yourself and just go, no. I mean, in other words, it could be the consumer's totally happy with, just get it taken care of this week, it's fine. But you feel like it's got to be done next minute. And so you cancel and drop everything. What you've got to do is start taking charge of your issues. And it doesn't mean you don't solve the problems, it's just when you solve them. In fact, never solve them immediately. Never, ever solve them immediately. Let them burn. It's not going to burn down. A person like you, it's not going to burn down. But we've got to get you out of responder mode and get you into leader mode. And so start doing this before you. So perhaps the business to consumer or business to business transition is a smart one. I don't know, but before you make that transition, or as you're making that transition, let's retrain you. And here's what's going to happen. You're going to retrain your customers, whoever they are, consumers or businesses, whoever those customers are. You're going to be retraining them, or training them for the first time, that here's what you can expect. And you'll start moving toward your accomplishing the strategies to achieve your next level and moving to what you envision. So give that a try. Let me know what you think and how it works. I'd be very interested to hear. I hope this is helpful to everybody. Thanks for joining me around the breakfast table. Bye.